you all doing out there? Okay, so I had to do this video real quick. It was on my mind to let you know. I was scrolling through and I saw some things that was kind of related, but they're unrelated to this message. This message is about paying attention to the babies and the animals in and around your home, because we know there's a lot of stuff that's going on, right? And especially with this interdimensional thing that we call life, this whole existence, all energy that has been here, will be here, and is now, right? Pay attention to them. And the reason why I'm saying that is because animals have a keen sense of intuition, is natural. They speak to us in different ways, as well as babies, because they just have come from out of the darkness and into the light. And you need to pay attention to them, because they will let you know when something is going on. And especially if you are intuitive out there and you have spiritual gifts and powers, like a lot of us do, that are tapping into them, or some of us, everyone has a gift, but we all are not tapped into our gifts and our abilities. And we may not notice these things that's going on around us, especially when we're dealing with interdimensional beings, right? Or what we call spirits. Some of them will want to call them aliens, right? You got to think about it. There's nothing foreign to life. Life is what it is. And everything it is, and that is in life, is in the entire existence. Nothing outside of our realm is not a part of life. It is not a part of our interactive day-to-day life, but there's life everywhere, right? But pay attention, especially to those babies who have sporadic actions, or just crying, or just pointing out some things, because they are showing you or trying to tell you about what energies may be present in your environment, especially the animals, right? Cats and dogs, the birds. Some of us have the keen ability to hear what they're saying. Some of us may be whisperers to everyone, to hear what it is that they're saying, regardless to the language that they're using. It's called communication. And no, you do not have to have words to communicate. We should know that by now, because of us using signs and symbols. And then there's also the thing of symbology, right? So you know that we can go from being someone who may be blind with the eye, and you have the third eye, the mind's eye, to see what it is that is going on. Maybe you're able to kinetically see the light streams that flows through the vibrations of those things that brings that energy. They carry a vibration. It carries a license. It may also carry a sense of temperature, right? All of a sudden you're getting chills. All of a sudden you're feeling flustered and hot. Pay attention to those things as well. And I'm saying it because of my own experiences. And yes, I do tell my children all the time to talk to me and tell me what it is that they're experiencing in life and in dreams, so that I can interpret them to them about what it is that they have been experiencing in life, or after life, life after life, or life that may be part of that deja vu cycle, right? Because we know that there are glitches in certain things that we are doing and we're living in this life. But pay attention, because sometimes babies can tell you of those beings that are around and you may not even know. It may seem a little bit spooky, but at this time I'm going to tell you my own personal experience looking at my television being projected on the wall and paying attention to shadows that were not a part of the scenario that was playing through the video stream. And shortly after, my daughter coming in my youngest daughter coming in and telling me that there was a monster in the presence. But I know it had not been a monster, because if it was something monstrous, it would have given me that feeling of that, right? And I was like, oh, okay, so you are aware. I didn't want to alert my oldest girl because I knew that she probably would have been freaked out. She has not gotten past that spookism that a lot of the mainstream media put on these energies that are around, right? But my baby girl, she recognized what it was that I had already saw, which I was like, oh, did I just see what I saw? And then I called it out. And know this, that there are things that's going to be happening to devices, appliances, and anything that is mechanical that carries electromagnetic energy, right? Because energy can be manipulated. It may not be destroyed, but it can be manipulated. So just pay attention to that, y'all, and be safe when you are doing what you're doing. Your incantations, your rituals, your mantras, just your affirmations to protect yourself. And I'm going to call on my dad and my father, the protecting hand, that guidance and that wisdom in all rights of his name. And especially when we're dealing with the things of this moon, right? The moon represents that cancering, that energy, the Cancerian energy, because that is the ruling planet, which would be for the sign of the Cancers, right? And we know that a lot of people are taking their time and they're investing their energy in doing rituals and incantations to the moon. So I'm just going to advise you all to be mindful of what it is that you are enchanting, because your incantations can enchant yourself, right? And as well as you may be trying to do someone else, you don't know how powerful that person is in this life, in the afterlife, and will be in the next life. So be mindful of those backfires that will come back to you. And it's no threat. It's just that you get what it is that you are giving. And the universe is alive, and the universe is well, right? So we want to be full of great things when we're doing. We know they got people who are going to be using the energy and these portals to do monstrous things, right? You can't get past that. The wicked is there, the evil is there, but the wicked is for the evil, and God, good, will override all, right? Because those energies have to work for the Most High, the creator of all things in existence, from the ends of the universe to the inner parts of the universe. No matter if you think the earth is round or flat, whatever it is all a perception of the body, right? Because we know that we come from out of the mind. And that's where some have the ability or disability to manifest things, right? And then the life that we're living is only a partial manifestation of what it is that we desire, because it was told that we will get the desires of our heart, and what our minds meditate on is what will be manifested in these imaginings, these images that are bouncing around, right? Inside of that mind, that brilliant mind of yours. Some of us have so brilliant of a mind that it can be destructive. And we see these things happening every day when people are doing things to hurt, harm each other, right? It is just a repeated cycle of that self-loathing and that hatred that is hard for some to get past because of the imbalances. But then we're going to get to paying attention to those children. We know that some children are very gifted, and their abilities are blocked or shunned out by those who are rearing them to become responsible adults. Don't do that. A lot of you all will, but I suggest that you don't, because you don't know what it is that you are, what type of light that you're dimming inside of them that can make them get to that point of being potentially a great person and purpose for humanity, not a great purpose of destruction in humanity. And that's possibly what it is when people turn to doing wicked and evil things, is because their lights, their true lights, that loving light has been dimmed down from childhood, from others who were afraid to behold what it is that they had in front of them within that child, right? So we're going to usher them to the right pattern. And then we're going to stay away from those things that keeps us from being able to usher those to that path where they could get to within that greatness when we see something special within them. We're going to get them the help that they need to become the masters of their craft, right? Their craft and what it is that the Most High has put inside of them. So pay attention to those animals and the babies. We know we use animals as guides, right? And everybody wants to reference themselves as being guides to dogs, right? All dogs go to heaven. And we got to think about that. All gods dwell in heaven. Heaven is many. There are many heavens. And we know that there's a above, and yes, there is a below. And the heavens that are above could be the highest pinnacle for someone who has been in a heaven below. And the heavens below could be a highest pinnacle for those who are on supposed that lowest level. But when we're dealing with this universe, we know that everything can be flipped upside down. Who is it that gave us a point of reference has not the ability to really give us that reference, right? Because we know when we're dealing with a substance, we're dealing with the plasmatic universe. When you're dealing with that substance, think about that element being in a containment, like a cup or a glass of water, and you sprinkle some dust inside of that glass of water. No dust above or below is referencing itself to being above or below. It is just within. So everything is within. The above and the below is just a point of reference so that our minds could feel the perception of being upright, or have the understanding of what is down low, right? And I'm not talking about that other kind of down low. These are all things within a containment of life, a geocentric, not an egocentric, a geocentric model of what it is within life and its containment within the universe, these multiverses, or even what some would want to reference as being the matrix or being a projected simulation. Everything still is contained, because you got to think about it. Whatever is coming from the projector is within. There's no such thing as it being out. And then on the flip side of that, we're going to do what it is that is encapsulated in the mind, right? We know that what has been taught to us in science is that when we perceive what we're seeing with the two eyes, that it is inverted to our brain, and then the mind flips it into the right perspective. So that's the upside down part of what it is that we're living. So there's really no up or no down. There's just within, if you think deep enough within it. So I'm going to go back to what it is. Pay attention to those children on the upside, on the inside, on the outside of what it is that we're living, and the reactions that they may give you from what it is that you have not the ability to overstand, understand, or understand, right? Because you may not be able to see or feel what it is that they do from whatever inhibitors that there is within your own life, and as well as those animals. Back to what it is, the dogs, and all dogs go to heaven. This was given to me in the eyes of that. Why do we feel so connected with dogs? Is because of their eyes. When you look at a dog in the eyes, their eyes are more closely related to human eyes in size and shape, and as well as the multiple colors, right? But yeah, just pay attention to that, because there's a lot of things that's going to be going on. People call it paranormal activity. They can call it extraterrestrial activity, supernatural activity. But whatever activity it is, this is all still within life. Nothing is separate from that. Life is what it is, but pay attention to what it is that the babies and the animals are saying to you, so that you can know how to move. Put away those things that keeps us divided when it comes to communication, those blockers and those inhibitors. Maybe just turn a blind eye and don't want to pay attention because you are fed up and you're ready to just be done with it all. But I'm going to give you some hope within this message, because it's not about you giving up. It's about paying attention to those babies and those animals, the things that they're showing you and speaking to you. And this video is constantly being interrupted, is what it's telling me, constantly reconnecting. And I know that's just because I am that is positive to you all, to enlighten you on paying messages that spirit is given to the babies on you, and also the animals. Stay positive, you all, throughout the things that are negatively trying to attack you, because the Most High Father is working some things out for you. Thank y'all for watching this video. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. I'm pretty sure you will find something in my stack that I can't take back that you would love to have. Thank you all.